Hello, welcome to Satisfactory Monday. I'm barely even late. This is Felonious Deer at Backwoods Gaming. And give me a minute here. Almost had everything done that I needed to do before we got started. Have a couple things. This one thing, whoops. One thing here, that takes care of that. And here. Double check here. Everything behaving? I think so. Okay, all set, I believe. Arrange this here, arrange that. What the? Monitor's doing things I did not expect it nor want it to do. Very well. Trying to move some windows around. I believe that should work. Everything is where it belongs. If I remember correctly, we have a bunch of work to get to. We got railroads, rail lines. To develop. Now here's a question. If I remember correctly, I set up somewhere a little side plant for all-clad sheets, did I not? If I did, where the heck did I set it up? I would have needed copper and aluminum. So somewhere where I had ingots from both available is where I would have set it up. And I set it up for and we need 10,000 iron plates. So we'll get that started, building up. So if I was going to set up copper ingots and aluminum ingots, where did I do that? Right here, isn't it? I need to divert this off. Can I stuff a splitter? That'll get all clad sheets, iron plates, dumping into containers. As far as trigons are being produced, and time crystals are being produced, it's going to take time for all of the above. And we've got a shortage of trigons, don't we? We're making just enough to keep up with demand. But don't have a backup. That's the problem. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to divert. Won't have to steal. This is going to have to get shut down temporarily. While I work on building up 250 trigons. Make sure. Got 110 on me. Not sure yet if I want to put any in Dimensional Depot or not. I happen to be sitting on some extra steel plate. What say I snag some extra steel plate, dump them into here. Just because. That was almost 1,000 steel plate. Anyway. Where do I want to start? We need to get our power built up. And in order for power, I need to deal with nitrogen. Period. We have a nitrogen problem. Or at least we have been having a nitrogen problem. Still do. We're just not quite getting enough. We're not shy very much, and that's the thing. But we need it, and we need more, because I need to increase production. Need at least, I've already forgotten how much more. Do I need another 100 units or 300 units? In theory, I only need, what, one more? I have 600. 300, 300. Need another 66 units-ish. Probably. Mayo, hello. Ah, excellent. Thank you for watching. Part of the ideas. Be able to enjoy the videos in background while doing things. All right, let's see. Then having occasional bit of excitement every once in a while. Well, the idea was to set up extraction at this other nitrogen location out here. So we'll fly over there and take a look. I don't remember exactly what attracted me to Satisfactory in the first place. I've been kind of looking at it for a long time. And I didn't jump in until was it version 0.8 early access, as I recall. Hello. I'm just going to take this purple slug, if you don't mind. But I always kind of liked the looks and the premise. And I just was never all that certain that I would enjoy this kind of a factory or this kind of a game, period. I didn't know if this was going to be too much like a city or a colony or government sim, if you will, that I was kind of tired of. And I finally decided, there we are. Nitrogen. I downloaded Factorio demo. Everything that I'd done any research on indicated that was kind of the standard for factory games, which I pretty much agree with. Must be placed on activated fracking node. And then I found out Factorio did a fantastic job of creating a demo. Pretty much enjoyed it, or enjoyed it enough to make it worth trying. And I've been in it pretty much ever since. And for me, primarily, it's the problem solving, or it means I call it design or function design problem solving. You have a task or a function. You're given all the resources to accomplish it, and it's up to you to design a system to do it. Do it in any way you see fit, and have at it. In other words, you can doodle. I worked for a time for a civil engineering firm as a civil engineering tech, which was basically the AutoCAD fellow person, making plans, drawing up the plans, making the drawings, laying everything out, working in AutoCAD Civil 3D primarily, almost entirely, which I enjoyed. I enjoyed the work. And this pretty much scratches the same itch for me. Let's see. We have a straight shot. Ooh, this way. But we need to... how are we gonna... This is sitting down here like this. Need to get power. I'm gonna try this. I'll plop this down right here. I lose track of distances. I know that can reach farther. Do I want... Wait a minute. Try that again. What if I jump? Nope, too far. If I put it here, am I clipping the lines? Not really. That'll work. Now comes the fun part. Let's try to get this back to the base. We even have a SAM ore deposit. Oops. Pay attention. I'm at my limit. There we go. Looks like a good spot. Only problem here, how do you step it down without being horrible? I was there a little over 5 years. I would still be there if I hadn't circumstances, life, caused some interruptions. And required my moving to here where I am now. Let's see, I need to go that way. How long can I keep this up? Oh, perfect. Hold on. Can I stretch across to here? Not quite. All right, fine. That will do also. Where do I want to direct this? That'd be hilarious if I could put it there. I probably could if I built the foundations. Really, it depends on where I want to tie in. Do I just tie in off into one of these? Let's see, I'm there. About here, as far as as close as I can get on that particular. We're gonna bring it up on a big old pillar. Did we go ahead and drop it down and bring it back up? Because reasons? If I did that, then I would be inclined to set it there, just in case we ever need to power these oil extractors. Then what? I'm about to, we may as well fill this out because we need these foundations. Will that reach? Yes. Sweet. Now we have power. Now we just need to, well, I'm going to run a train line over there. I'm going to have power anyway. Although that could be on its own power loop. There's no reason not to do that. Still have to figure out where we're going to put the train stations anyway. Let's see. If we link both of these, am I really going to run keepers? So we have nitrogen over here on the map and almost all the way across up here on the map to link together if we choose with a single train. Maybe. To me, it would make more sense to run two different trains and then bring them in rather than have one giant loop. We could go either way, of course. We could run a coastal track. And we run down the northern coastline of the map. Bring it in, set up a station with several buffers for nitrogen. Distribute from there. Now, if I go that route, where would I set it up where it wouldn't look super awkward? Well, that's not happening. Gonna be. That's what it's going to be, whether I like it or not, I'm thinking. Maybe. Let's see. Because we'll need nitrogen here. Then it's going to go from here. It's going to get fed almost entirely over there. Right? Only nitrogen leaving this area is the pipe that's running to rocket fuel blenders. Blenders. We're really still not using rubber. I thought rubber was picked up. Now I'm hurting on backed up on heavy oil residue. Bad design. Too many interconnections, interdependencies, resulting in supply failures rather than supply efficiency. What would happen if I brought in, if I looped in, let's see, if we run the rail line out there, we need to loop it in. I hate the idea of crossing tracks, which is what would happen here. This is unacceptable. Let's clean that up. Was this? And that. No reason for that to be there. All right, what was I thinking? We brought it in over here. Would I consider if I ran it the same height as this platform? Make this an overpass. We could set up a station here, right above the refineries. Do I want to do that? It bugs me to put stuff above refineries. You gotta have somewhere for the exhaust to go. Blocked exhaust is bad. Causes problems. Game doesn't care, but it's just wrong. Let's see. Because otherwise it would end up just being out here in this little area, which might, let's see, be kind of tight to, well, not really. Bring it in and out of. Let's give this a shot. Kind of the point. Said it's all about the doodling. That's what this is. Setting up layout lines. References. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Now I was wondering, I was thinking that might be, that vertical clearance might be somewhat insufficient. Maybe. Now if we used this, oh, this might work. How much room do I actually need? How much platform do I need? Surely not that much. Theoretically, one buffer is more than enough for that extractor. But it is and it isn't. It'd be a bad idea. That extractor is putting out, what, 2,200 units, roughly. Which means I would need 2 tankers. Is that right? 2 tankers. 2 tanker cars. What's this? I never grabbed this Mercer sphere. Can't believe I let that go unclaimed. Oh, it's only 2,000. I need like 2,200. That's what it is. I'm doing less. 1950. Really? Bad throw. That was a bad throw. Really? All that? I could have sworn that was going to be a purple slug. Oh well. Let's see. Are you kidding? I never got this hard drive. We need it. Ow. Go away. You too. I can't believe I never picked this one up. I thought I cleaned up this coastline of all the hard drives. All right, so I got that. Yellow slug. Probably gonna need it sooner or later. Let us see. I'm still stuck on the idea of doing a loop along the coast. Might get away with that. Let's see, where? Really? That foundation is leaving that shadow. That's hilarious. 2,000 units. Still, well, Really doesn't matter. I need 2 cars. All right. Let's see what we can set up here. If we come in, let's see, train station, pointed in that direction. I see. Oh, this is going to work. This is about as far or as close to the refineries as I'm going to want to get. If we're doing it here. All right, let's try that again. Or I don't have to do this like this, do I? We can go this way. I'm focused on trying to point the train station along this way, run buffers here, and I don't even need to do that. I can still put the buffers any way I want to, but we can actually, let's see, we're coming in, do this. Doodling. Satisfactory doodling. There's a series. All right, so if we use that, we come in on a track along this. Yes? See what that looks like. Come in, kind of like so. I need room to loop back around, so we'll start, well, heck, here. Back things up a little here. Then we're going to need 2 platforms. Hold on. Fluid platforms. Dumping from this side. This. The only problem with this, do I actually have to do that? Could I be coming in over here? That'd make more sense, would it? Wouldn't it? Was that in line? Okay, it did snap. I need to move that over. Maybe. Add a few more there. The pipes can run out to buffers placed anywhere here. Yay, nay. Something like so. Why not? We should be able to loop things around. Who set this up anyway? This was supposed to be centered on a platform, so I wouldn't have to do this. Good job. And I did need to move it over one more platform or foundation. There we go. Much better. That was getting a little too crazy. That looks horrible. See if we can't clean up that section. That look better? No. How about that? Much better. Nice, clean, sweet. Okay, so that's nitrogen. This is unload. All right, so the next question. All right, I had an idea. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, never mind. I had an idea that I was going to branch off, come in here through here, but no, not really. Now, do I want? What about this one coming from that way? Really, the best location for it is next to this station. I never did check to see what that one's going to produce. I would assume, off the top of my head, the same. Maybe. Need to check on a couple of things here. How's the plastic? Should have increased plastic production here. Sort of. Room for more. Although it appears I have plenty of plastic, well, I'm not hurting for iron plates then. Okay, good enough. Which means, let's see, 1,000, 2,000. Now we got a ways to go. How's our AI thingies? Looks like they're coming along. Slower, but they're coming along, right? Yeah. 47%. Why? Well, okay, it's going up. Never mind. Take a shower. We're just going to end up doing 2 separate loops then? Really makes the most sense. Make a little more room there. Main station. We'll set it up in the same orientation. Fluid freight. 2 cars. Dumping that way. Unload. Now, you're getting routed right over there. Matter of fact, we might be able to maintain the same elevation all the way down to, well, one way to find out. I did it again. Look at that. I straddled the foundations. That's because I centered. Fine. Work our way somewhere in this direction. Nope, too soon. Whoop. How much can we go straight across here without dying? Sort of straight across. I'm not exactly sure where the actual boundary is. We're still alive, so that's something. Foundations across the world. I was worried about our AI sculptor thingy production. I didn't even check the Trigon storage to see if I have enough to finish the milestone, and I could kick up our production a little bit. All right, so there it is. Yeah, we're on the right track. Okay, just need keep going. Look at that. That's bonkers. Don't have time for AI sculptor thinkings. We have a railway to build. I'm getting paranoid being so close to the abyss here. Although we're pretty close to being right shot across. Made it. Ha! Oh boy. We are skirting the edge now, aren't we? I'd say this worked out quite nicely. Get some extractors in place. I'll get them oriented something like so. Oh, the save editor. Yes, that is a must for anybody playing Satisfactory. I've used that quite a bit. Will do. All right, so how many? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, of course it'd be an odd number. 720 cubic meters per minute. I only have one power shard. My inventory is full for some reason. I just can't imagine why. Wait a minute, how come I don't have iron plates? Well, they haven't caught up in my dimensional depot. Probably because I've been burning through them. For your track line. My main usage so far has been for making sure I've tracked down all the hard drives and summer sloops that I need. And especially with hard drives, I'm going to have to track down some more. I know I have some more recipes to find now that we're on phase 5. Make a little spare room here. Okay, let's see. Don't see any reason not to have 2 buffers set up here. Same as... What's our output? 720. Fine. Can't let this slide. I need power shards. Whoops. Try that again. Next. Power shard. There we go. Our primary goal at the moment is to finish the milestones necessary to get all the components and machinery I need to finish phase 5. and then put in serious effort onto that factory, even though, well, some of it's already in place for the nuclear pasta, which is finished, and the AI sculptors, which are proceeding slowly. But that is the idea. I'm kind of hoping. I got a little carried away. Let's see. Here. Who oriented these in the first place? That would be best here. Or would it? I think I goofed. Trying to figure out which. When I have two groups of 3 tied in, then what? I need to do this. 1800 is going to be available from this node. That was a mistake I made. I did not properly set up my dimensional depots when I was working on my phase 4 factory, and I ended up kind of, let's see, messing myself up with that. Hold on. That one's 60, 120, 120, 60. That's 300 even. There. Then we need, I need to tie these 3 together. Get another 300. That's gonna be ugly. Let's tweak you. Well, we're going to end up tweaking all of you. That'll be a pipe of 300. Bring that right there. I'm going to have 2 pipes. Uh-oh. No. 3 pipes of... I need 3 buffers. That's not right. Oh, my numbers are all wrong. Yippers. My numbers are wrong. I cannot connect this one. Not if I'm going to connect. Which one? This one. Oops. Oh boy. I forgot about that. These mess with you. These extractors mess with you. You don't know what you're going to do until you get them hooked up and running. And then they tell you what their output's going to be. Alright, so that was 300. Well, this I've actually done correctly. Except you cannot hook into there. I am maxed out at 600 already. If that's the case, let's do this. Well, we're actually going to move this. All right. I see what we're going to do. Maybe. $300. That reasonably, yeah, that's gonna work. Straight into there. Oops, yeah, nope, wait. Mark 2s. 600 units into there. Now that takes care of you, and you are 150. But I have a 150, 300 there, 300 there. What is my total? Still, it is, that's 1800. What are you? 150. Missing something. wrong ones are at 150. 150 there. 150 here. 300. 600. 1200. No. Let's go ahead and move this to something like this. To this. To this. What the heck happened here? That was not supposed to be elevated. Try that one again. Better. No. Try that again. Straight, please. Thank you. There. We should have 600. 600 as we fill. Nothing wrong with my math. Are these going to kick up to 300 once I hook them up? Holy cow, I'm out of copper sheets. I did not expect that to happen. Go for a ride. Whee! Well, I didn't really think I was going to lose my grip. I was kind of hoping it would stay on. Copper sheets. and trigons and time crystals. And everything else for that matter. Let's see. How are we doing with our all clad? I'm guessing we need 5,000 all clad. How are we? Not quite there. $150 trigons. Done. Go ahead and get the trigons in. Then I'll dump them into the blenders. I was wondering why that didn't build a buffer. That was a little odd. All right, so let us tie these back in right about here. Hang on. Should I? I'm not done with milestones. I might need them for the next milestone. I'm not sure. We'll dump them here for now. Time crystals. Might have those too. Uh-oh. Yep. What's this? Waiting on not getting the iron plates fast enough. That's right. We did observe that last time. We're burning through them faster than they're bringing in, even though I'm producing at the correct rate. I don't think I have enough cargo capacity to keep up. I need more cars or a dedicated train for the iron plates. Time crystals? Wait a minute. There's a research requiring time crystal. This one. I need some crystal. Pretty sure I have crystal. And I forgot how much. Steal a stack. Pretty sure, I think that's all I needed. I think I only needed half a stack. That'll get another man research done. And I need to put that hard drive into the research too. Sweet. Synthetic power shards.
Research completed. Synthetic power shard recipe unlocked. Exchanging regular exercise and filtered fresh air with automation is just the kind of progress Fixit likes to see.
Whatever floats your boat there, Ada. Sooner or later, we need to play around with some uraniums. We're going to get... Let's see, what does this one give us? Nuclear deterrent development. Not exactly high on a priority list. Unless I want to produce those for the awesome sink. Power matrix. Hard drive. Pardon me, bird coming through. I did want to check iron plates. We never picked up any copper sheets either. We'll dump whatever we can. Copper sheets. I didn't get those set back up in a dimensional depot, did I? $2,000. Yippee. Not even halfway. As far as the layout, there's things I like, the things I don't like. And I'm not too sure which is which. Although there's some of these setups I'm happy with. I think overall layout, for the next run through, try something. I need to tweak it. What are we doing? Copper sheets. I need to find a place to steal copper sheets. Let's see. This is done. Copper sheet. I need to raid copper sheets right here. Can I stuff a dimensional depot right there? No. Well, that's because it's a merger. Not a... Really? Wire? That's what I need? Fine. You want some wire? I'll get you some wire. Somewhere. I can remember where I'm making wire. Here. Really? Back up. I need to steal wire. For dimensional depot. And where was I stealing copper sheets? What the? Excuse you. Copper sheets. Who's making all the noise? I don't have any right? I don't have converters down here. Is that you? Dimensional Depot making all that racket? Let's see. I've already forgotten yet again where I'm setting up my sheet theft. Here. That's ugly though. Need to like stuff this in here somewhere not so annoying. Like here. Better. And before we leave, steal a stack to start with. Am I good? Did I want to? Want to what? Is it gonna check? Let's see. Just let it fill. Let's go back to setting up our nitrogen. See if we can maintain wire integrity for the entire trip this time. Or zip line integrity, is that it? No! I was hoping if I kept looking up, I'd maintain a grip. Maybe I didn't look up well enough. Well, fine. All right, where were we? Setting up pipes. And you're clipping. Good job. Actually, let's take that from the other direction. How about that? Still at 150? I still say that can't be right. We're putting out 1,800. No, I'm going on with my math. Am I missing something? We got 3, 3. That's 6. 3, 3. That's 6. 1,200. 150. 150 plus 3 is 1,500. Right? Am I missing a deposit? Well, what do you know? Wow. That may have something to do with it. Let's hook in the missing deposit, shall we? Which means all of this gets corrected. Good job. So let's place this where it should have been placed in the first place. Ha ha. That means this one needs to be a 300. Is that? Yeah. Am I okay with that? Not? Not exactly against it. $300. There's my missing math. There we go. We have nitrogen gas. We have lots of it. Now I need to get this on a train. Oops. This is going to be tight quarters. Going to be tight quarters. I'm going to try. Let's try here. Can I get... I can get one more row. That would be awesome. Okay. Do I want to do... Oh boy. This, if I ever need all of this nitrogen, this is not going to work. It cannot work. I don't have enough room. I'd have to elevate this. Because I would need 6 cars to handle the entire output successfully. Right? No. Sort of. But not really. No. 3 cars is really 2. 2 cars. Let's not panic before it's necessary. I'm out of motors. Of course I'm out of motors. There. Get that oriented correctly. It has to be 3. That's the problem with the pipes. That's why I have 3. Max 600 units. Get some motors. That's not actually correct, is it? Considered a buffer for a reason. Going to be time in between loadings and unloadings to refill. We're going to focus. We're going to look up. Hey, it worked. Technique is key. Surprise. Whee. What did I say? Motors. Well, that means we need to set that up with a dimensional depot. Do I have what I need on me? Yes. Motors. Making motors down here somewhere. Hopefully I won't plummet to my death. think it's right down here. Motors. Alright, we need to siphon off some motors. Somewhere convenient. Eesh, where am I going with all the motors? All the way down here and then dropping through the floor. This looks like a good spot to siphon off some motors. Follow that down here, and if I'm going to grab a stack, I need to come right back up and not look at those. Wait a minute. Where are they going? Going up to the next floor. Grab those. Hang on. Did I want to turn these back on or not? Hang on. Hold on. Wait. What's... Rockets. I need rockets for warp drives, do I not? Shouldn't I still be... Yes. They are turned on. What do you mean production pause? Don't give me no pause. Not supposed to be paused. Supposed to turn it back on. Completely forgot. Plant inspector. I bribe him with barrel nuts. We got motors. But any reason not to head back over. We're halfway on our AI sculptor things. We need a new... Is that a summer sloop? Is that an... nope, not anymore. Need a new name for our station, our train station, because Borlangi is not going to cut it. Sweet. Haha. Reacquired. That's nuts. Should have grabbed the other wire. I forgot. What do we... Oh, yeah. Train stations. Nope. Or flat. I was going to say, that better... What did we say? 2. Now. No, we got to do... Got to be 3, doesn't it? You can't merge... Well, yes, I can. What am I talking about? They got 2 inputs and outputs. Let's attempt to avoid panicking yet again. Trying to figure out what looks best. This looks atrocious. Kind of. We'll go with that. All right. So that means I have one platform that's going to fill super fast. All right, let's see if we've screwed up royally. Can we get this to come around? Oops, try that again. Link that, please. Okay, I think we could do that. Is it too far? Too far. That gonna work? How's that? Think we can work with that. got foundations everywhere, but where I actually need them. That gonna work? That might have been a little too much. Maybe not. Yep, something like that. All those foundations I laid down. Is that about what I want to do? Pretty much, yeah. I say that now. No, I'm going to run it just like that. I did not actually expect to make that. How am I doing? A little swoopy. A little too swoopy? Let's back up. Kind of. Better. Yep, I like it. Okay. So essentially, I'm going to try to go right down these corners. more or less. Okay, now coming up to this. Going to need to split off somewhere. Come around and loop in. Better build in some loop room. All right, let's get this closer in. I knew that was a little too good to be true. All right, let's try that again. That acceptable. Off. Ah, much better. Much better. Now we need to get this loop put in. Still haven't come up with a name yet. Of course, that's not the right alignment, is it? Nope. Good job. Try that again. How about that? Well, she ended up crooked. Of course, you would be crooked. I didn't think that was as straight as I thought it looked. Not quite sure, but that is a lot better. Let's see. We had 2 buffers, still need 2. 3? 2? We're gonna have 3 on that end, better have 3 on this end. We never did finish that one, did we? The worst part is this is the one that uses the least nitrogen at the moment. Plastic, of course. Time to check on our all-clad sheets and iron plates. Plastic. Where's a good place to steal some plastic? Apparently not there. How about over here? Ooh, that looks like a good spot. And now I'm missing a sphere. Why didn't I grab? I'm coming over here. Could have grabbed plates. Something. All right, we need to clean up around here. What am I doing with these? What am I doing with this? I have alien protein to get rid of. Where am I doing Hatcher? Where am I going? I need to get rid of coal. Right? Got a couple stacks of coal. Oh, and the canisters. Dead zone. Can I even dump any canisters off? We could do it this way. canisters. I have a little bit of coal. I ought to be able to drop it somewhere. How about you? A little more for you. No, I don't have any room for you. This will take forever if I do it this way. I know. Well, double check. Didn't make it in time. What's your problem? Not burning through the silica like I'm supposed to be. Should I stop dumping? Well, let's find out. Should I stop dumping crystal into the awesome sink? How are we doing over here? I see yellow lights. Should be green. See yellow lights down here. Are we getting sufficient crystal? As long as we're getting crystal down here, what's the holdup? You're backed up on crystal oscillators. That's why. Crystal isn't the problem. I'm supposed to be getting rid of coal. There. That was fun. What else? Iron rods. Steel pipe. All the steel pipe. All the rods. Industrial beams. Okay, where were we? We just got this set up. Buffers. Plastic. I never got the plastic. Wait a minute. Did I not set up the dimensional depot? Hold on. What's going on? I'm going to steal. I expect the goods to be successfully stolen. No, I never did. I had to get a sphere. That's right. Just little. Wait a minute. Yeah, that is a splitter. There. But that means I should be nowhere close to where I need to be to steal a stack. Here we go. What's this? Computers. Really? That's oscillators. Where's my computers? Circuit boards. There's computers. What happened? I'm backed up on computers. Why? Try this again. Computers. No, wait. That is being supplied elsewhere. I forgot. Here. What's your problem? Cable. Here we go. No wire? Wait a minute. I don't remember interrupting wire production. I did. I had all this to get rid of, and I never set this back up. So what do I need? Mark 3. Oops. While we're here, before I forget yet again. Worth it? Worth it. We'll dump those in, go check on the iron plates. If any, let's see, what time? It'd be nice if we could finish the milestone. Well, we only need another 800. I might have that. Heck, I have it just in the industrial depot. Marching right along with the AI sculptors to the space elevator. Looking good. $230. Ah. What am I sitting on ingots for? I'm sure someone is starved of aluminum ingots somewhere. Probably not here. Thinking over here, maybe. Got a lot of ingots headed in this direction. They're not always... I don't know. Doesn't look like a problem here. Dumping what, 2 at a time? Really? Fine. Check our iron plates. Grab what we can. Not much. Probably could consider a faster belt there. Not too worried about it yet. Got us to the halfway mark. Ingots. Wait a minute. Not gonna work the way I thought it was going to. Fine. There. Why am I sitting on magnetic field generators, for that matter? I don't need them. Right? Not yet, anyway. I thought I was producing. Thought I was dumping into a container, because I'm pretty sure I do need those. Hold on. There. I've been calling those AI sculptors. That's not right, is it? It is right. It's biochemical sculptors. AI expansion servers. That's what I'm getting mixed up. Okay. Where were we? Setting up buffers. Am I gonna make it? Nope. Well, am I setting up 3 buffers? I think so. Okay, then that will dump down into there. Okay, so what kind of power loop? What kind of a name is this? Zuwaldi. Let's see. This is nitrogen. Did not. Well, you're powered from over there. No, you're not. You're powered from right here, aren't you? You're powered off the main loop. That's what you're powered off of. If I tie this into this, that makes it part of the overall. Nope, I wanted a separate loop. We'll tie in the power down there. So. Got 4 station names to come up with. Could be about a train. And a couple of fluid cars. Wait a minute, where's? Not really a freight car, is it? No. Forgot. Try that again. I'm surprised it got a beep. There shouldn't be any power. I'm pretty sure there is no power. Yeah, there's no power. I was going to say there shouldn't be any power. Trying to decide if I want to leave platforms to build pillars off of, or if I'm going to leave this hanging completely. Really? I had to fat finger that. Okay, power. Where's my power node? Right there. Power, power, power. Well, everything should be set, right? Everything's set under... Wait a minute. This is load. Did I set that to unload? I'm pretty sure I did. Hold on. The freight platform will hold 2,400. I wanted to make sure that was going to work. Okay. That's an issue, I would think. See if we can get a picture of the train. That is not bad right there. So the fluid platform buffer holds 2,400 cubic meters, but the locomotive freight car could only hold 1,600. What's the point of that? Why? Why? Nitrogen issue solved, at least for here. Matter of fact, we can get rid of all of that pipe that's coming from over there to here. And let's see. We need to expand fuel production. Did I want to expand further? How much further in this direction? I don't see a reason I cannot expand at least 2 more blenders. Sure hope I have the coal and the sulfur to back that up. Okay, rocket fuel. going to have nitrogen from here. So, let's see. Got a lot more mega pillars to go too. I'm not even done. I was doing those while phase 4 finished up, and then it didn't. And now I'm working on phase 5. I'll probably never get finished before I start the next run through with 1.2. Because why not? Let's see. What was... How would I want to route... Got the pipe. Oh, never mind. I can run right here. Okay. So, I mean, down. No reason. So there was a problem. I haven't had a problem with it yet. Well, yes, I have. On occasion. Floor holes. Been mentioned. Might have to do with something with the 1 meter floor holes in particular. I'm going to set a couple of... Maybe. There we go. 4 meters. Place a floor hole here. Right there. I'm going to drop a pipe. A pipe. Apparently not a straight pipe for whatever reason. And then we're going to get rid of those. Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I see what it did. Never mind. I thought it was going to be one whole piece. I see what's going on. Okay, is that straight? Is that where I want to drop it? I may actually want that at a different height. And just leave it at the same height. So is that height this height? Yeah, looks like it. Ha! Use the right setting. Problem solved. Okay. Now we got our main pipe fed in. That means... I'm going to have to break you temporarily. Can't raise high enough. We're gonna break pipe there. Going to consider this. And here. All right, let's do this. Did I make these? No, I did not make those vertical. Get rid of you. Who was I hooking into? Second one. There we go. Okay, make all the main line Mark II. We should have nitrogen out the wazoo. No more nitrogen shortages. Okay, let's get sulfur and coal laid in. Coal is along this alignment. I kind of like floating platforms to a certain extent. I like the pillars too. It just can have so much fun with it. Going whichever way you want. Okay, this alignment. Oops. Sulfur. Someone has a power line right where I'm constructing. Wait a minute. Do I actually want you? No. Yes. No. I think I'll be all right. Yep. Okay. Okay, so now we got sulfur and coal. Gonna have to find out if I have enough sulfur and coal being supplied, because now we're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 units per minute. Man, fuel. Well, 600 on sulfur, 300 on the coal. Never mind. Really? Hold on. I thought that was a 50-50 mix. No, it ain't. It's still in the fuel. That's interesting. I did not catch that. I did not consider that. That's interesting. So I need some more foundations. All right, so fuel is being supplied individually by more blenders. Blenders. And I'm short on heavy modular frames. Really? Holy smokes. I'm gonna have to get these blenders in. Hopefully, let's see if we can get them hooked up, but we are... Oh no! Oh, I crashed! I haven't done that in ages. Wow. That was nuts. Let's see where the last save was. We just saved, I thought. No, maybe not. Because I think it crashed while it was trying to save. No, can't be. The timing is off. It's every 30 minutes. So I should have lost about just under 10 minutes of work. Right? Need to fix it. Let's see. So where am I? We just got those laid in. And all right. Behind on the sulfur and coal. Matter of fact, whoops. I think before I worry about that, let's try these blenders again. Oh, that's right. I was out of modular frames. And we crashed on the way over to the modular frames. Let's kick it into high gear. Thank you. Something else I haven't done yet, and I'm really seeing the need for it, is in implementing the overflow capabilities of the smart splitters. Where are we at? How much did I need? A lot more. Sir? Excuse me, sir. What am I looking for? I already forgot it. Distracting myself. Heavy modular frames. Heavy modular. Where am I using those? Downstairs, I believe. I never set in elevators for this place either. Kind of wish I did. This really... No. Not using heavy modular frames down here. Yes, I am. Right here. For my fused modular frames. Which means I should have a nice, handy... Got a power pole and a belt all right in the way. Of course we do. This is the only place that uses them, isn't it? Fine. It's a good thing this is down in the basement where no one can see it. Take a stack. Trying to wrap this up. I really want those two blenders in. That power tower needs some support. The temporary power tower has become permanent. I have to reroute that power. Blenders. What the? No wonder that wasn't lining up. I got a whole row of foundations didn't place properly. Cads. That's why it crashed. Bad foundations. These are backwards. No wonder they're not. Wow. I was trying to figure out where I wasn't getting my alignment arrows. Because I wasn't lined up. Wasn't oriented correctly. Here we go. Hold on. That's not right. I'm supposed to have better lineup than that. Wait. Oh, I hooked up to the wrong. Here. Good job. Nice work. Completely missed who I was supposed to hook up to there. Try that again. I have fun in the Fallout games. Or at least 3, New Vegas and 4. First 2 are the gameplay style I don't care for. The only reason I don't play them. But those games scratch a different itch. For me personally. But I enjoy them pretty much in the same way. Well, just as much as I enjoy Satisfactory. Now, this is going to be diluted fuel. Yeah, okay, we'll wrap it up right here. We're gonna have to adjust this power. Shuffle that over. And then bring in the water. I have to make sure I'm getting enough water. Need to double check our residual oil supply. Pretty certain I'm going to need more. We need to finish hooking up the sulfur and coal. Get all that fired up. Then we could put in 8 more. Well, more than 8, but we can at least finish this row of fuel generators and have it properly supplied with fuel. And go from there. I don't think it's worth checking on the iron plate yet. We got a ways to go on that. Let that container fill up again. But I would say next time we come back, we should be able to finish those biochemical sculptors for phase 5. Got the picture for the next thumbnail. We're good with that. We still need to finish this train. We've got to clean up all this pipe. Otherwise, I think we can call it here and wrap it up. We got Fallout 4 tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. Central. And then we'll be back here for Satisfactory Wednesday at 4 p.m. So on through the week. Saturday is the only day we do 5 p.m. Central. Otherwise, just another normal week. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time.